First thing I'm going to do in this video series is I'm going to use my Illustrator to export my different selections. So in my case, I want to export my 3 planets here, and also I want to export the background. This could be my completed infographics or whatever you created. And you are looking at this and saying, okay, I want these 3 elements here to be animated in some kind, right? Spinning or making them bigger when you hover or something like this. And then the background image here, which contains the stars, the small blue dots, and so on, they should be static. They should just be the background image that these planets are over. So we need to export at least 4 different things, not 3. 3 planets and a background, right? So let's start with the planets. This is my first one. I just grouped this. I can ungroup to show you how it looks. So this is the ungrouped version, so I can select the specific here. But I just grouped it here, so it's easy for me to. I work like this. Maybe you don't. But once you're done and ready to export it, you're just going to mark it, right-click, and export selection at the bottom here. Once you get to this area, you have 2 here. So we have one called Artboard. That's, I guess, the entirety of your whatever you're doing right now, and assets is what we're going to be working with. We are exporting assets right now. First things first, I already created a folder which I hopefully just mentioned, but I'm just going to make sure I'm in the correct folder here. So first semester work animation SVG, and I want to export them to this one. Cool. Do I want to create a subfolder? No, I don't. I already created my own SVG folder, but if you want the system to do, just make sure you put a check here. Do you want to open location after export? Yes, please, so I can do this. And down here is the format you want to save them to. So right now I'm saving the green planet, I think, but I don't want it to be PNG. I want it to be an SVG because I want it to be able to scale and and also be able to manipulate it with our HTML and CSS. So choosing SVG here is really important, and then you just click export asset, and then my computer went really slow. There we go. I'm just closing this one over here. So right now it exported an SVG called asset 8. I'm just going to change this really quick to green planet. If I can spell green planet, there we go. And I'm just quickly going to do the same with the 3 other planets, or the 3 other objects if you want, that I'm going to be using or I want to animate, which is, come on computer, gray planet, here we go, and then the last tiny red one here. Now the great thing about using SVGs as well, you can scale them infinitely, both up or down, and it doesn't really care, which you can see in just a moment when I highlight. So the planet in my, the red planet in my Illustrator is tiny, but here it's just scaling it up, and it's still all the pixels are still perfect. So awesome with that part, right? Cool. So we got our 3 assets that we want to animate, and now I just want to extract the background. So I could just right-click the background. I hope this works, and then export that selection. So I didn't select the planet, but again, I did a grouping of all the background image. And if that doesn't work for you, another way you could just drag out the planets like this, really easy, right? And then boom. Grab the background and export selection. Same thing. Or you can save this through, I guess you can save as well, but make sure it's a SVG. Now I know this SVG is not really that big, this background. It's only like 250 or 500 pixels. So what I can do, since it's an SVG, I can just scale it. So I'm just going to add a scale down here. So click add scale. I want to do it 3 times as big. So right now it should be, I guess if it's 500, it should be 1500 pixels. If it's 250, it's going to be 750, right? So click save, and it exported it. And this is with, I guess this is no scale. So this is no scaled, and this is the scale version, right? So 15 times 1500 as a SVG, as a PNG. And that's what I want. I just want a PNG because it's just going to be a background. So that's how we export, how we can export things from SVG, and then in the next few videos I'm going to show you how we're going to incorporate them into our HTML and CSS, and how to make the code a little bit prettier. Cool, see you in the next video.